What's going on, America? This is Kevin from Kevin's Corner. Let's see what's going on today. I want to be a brush and see just how our media is handling things and how the Democrats are so willing to work with the Republicans to get things done. And today's topic is illegal immigration. Look at this, guys. This right here is a picture. Yeah, sometimes you got to use pictures for certain people. Especially when you're dealing with the Democrats, to show the gravity of a situation. Now, I know it might be hard for y'all to see, but that is a picture of over 1,000 illegal immigrants running across our border. Largest amount ever to try to cross at one time. Now, you know what that lets me know? It lets me know they're disrespecting us. They don't care. They have lost their fear of any consequences coming across the border. I remember back in the day when you would sneak across the border, one or two here or there, you might catch a small pocket. But now all of a sudden, they're saying, you know what? Let's just go ahead, form a huge group of people to just go flying across the border, because even if we get caught, there's nothing they can do about it. And the Democrats are okay with this. Yeah, they have no sense of urgency. Yes, they're not moving with alacrity to handle the situation. In fact, I think they might even be on vacation, but they've been on vacation for like the last 20 years, so it doesn't matter. And then President Trump decides to come up with a solution. Now, understand, this isn't a number one solution. This is that solution that you say, we have exhausted all of our options. We have tried to get Congress to give us money for the border wall. We've tried to encourage Congress to change the immigration laws so that it won't encourage these people to just run back and forth across the border like they own a joint. We've tried to do that. Democrats don't want to do that. We've asked for money to increase Border Patrol agents, beds for these people, resources, all of these things. Judges, Congress don't want to do that. They don't want to do anything except for resist the president. And then when they're asked about it, give some cockamamie suggestions. Are what we need to do is focus more so on the source of the problem, which is in their country. We have to give them more money. Give them more money. Those corrupt, unstable governments are probably going to do the right thing with the money. And that should encourage their people to stay in their own country, even though it hasn't worked yet. So President Trump decides, you know what? I'm a little upset about this because I've done everything I can on my end. So now I'm going to have to go ahead and hold Mexico accountable. Because, see, the way I see it is this. What is a country that cannot keep a group of people from traveling all the way through their country? See, it's one thing that these illegal immigrants are taking advantage of our horrible border laws. But Mexico has strict border laws. They have strict immigration laws. So therefore, if their laws are so strict, how is it that these people can get through the Mexico border and walk all the way up to our border? Long as they know these people aren't staying, let them go. Let them go. So that means these people in Mexico should be embarrassed that they have no sovereignty over their country. That a big group of caravans just, we're just going to walk right through their country. We don't care. Mexico can't do anything about it, which we know they can. So if they have any military, anything, they should be doing something about it. I think they want to create the image that they're trying to do stuff, but it's greater than them. It's greater than them. Because on one end, you might stop 1,000. On the other end, you let 5,000 go because you might be in bed with the cartel. You might be threatened by the cartel to let this stuff happen. Who knows what goes on in Mexico? That's one place you don't want to get locked up in. I do not want to go to jail in certain countries. Mexico, Russia, Iran, North Korea, most small countries in Africa, most Middle Eastern countries, those are places where they make it up as they go when it comes down to some of the laws. So you never know what side deals are being cut in Mexico to let this stuff happen. These people are just running all the way through the country. Me, as an American, I would be embarrassed if our country allowed some people to start from Canada, go through Canada, walk all the way through the United States, and go into another country. I mean, that's ridiculous. So that makes us look real sorry as a country. That right there, if that is the case, what would keep a whole country from invading us? When they say, man, they can't even stop a group of unarmed women and children and men walking through their whole country. They can't stop us. Let's go ahead and invade tomorrow. So President Trump decides, you know what we're going to do? Mexico, if you can't help us, if you can't stop this, since we're already paying money by allowing all these people to come in, and we got to pay money anyway. I mean, shoot, we're dishing out money for all the illegal immigrants and the resources we got to use. We might as well go ahead and save that money by putting tariffs on you guys. Every month that you guys don't deal with the problem, we're going to increase it 5%. So here's another visual, guys. See this? So President Trump said in June, if y'all don't stop this mess, 5% tariffs. July, 10%. August, 15%. September, 20%. October, 25%. That should hopefully give Mexico incentive to get off their butts and stop this crap from happening. Because the reality is this. Somebody need to be having to talk to the cartel or whoever else is behind this, allowing this to go, and all these interest groups, and it might even be George Soros. Who knows? Who knows is behind this? But nonetheless, they need to have that conversation like, now look, we was trying to help y'all out, but now they're going to hurt the whole economy, man. So we got to put the smack down. I mean, what you want me to do? You want me to let y'all keep doing this and then bankrupt the whole country? I mean, my pocket's going to get tapped too. You going to supplement? You going to supplement what they be giving me? If not, then shut up, because we got to stop this mess from happening. So now they have potential to be hit with 25% tariffs by October if they don't shut this mess down. And they can't do it. Soon as these people show up at your border, they will cause them to have to walk another, 1,000-something miles to the United States. Y'all should be standing there like, shh, go home, man. Go back to your own embassy and apply for asylum there. But you're not going to trot right through my whole country to get to America because you're messing up my situation. That's what I would be saying. I would be upset as a friend if one of my buddies and partners live right next door to me, and for whatever reason, my house keeps getting invaded, and they're walking through my buddy's house to get to my house. I would be saying, dude, you won't lock your door? He's going to let them walk through your house, and then they come in and break in my stuff? I thought you was my friend. Doesn't seem like it to me. If you just leaving your doors open, going walk all the way through my house, sitting there watching TV, and they're just crossing in front of you. You're like, oh, yeah, that's all right. This is down in front. Makes no sense, right? So everybody now is flipping the lid because, see, they're Monday morning quarterbacks. Yeah. See, when the game is going on, they don't want to get involved. But on Monday morning, without no plays called, no suggestions, nothing, all right, they want to come out like, you know what you should have did, all the Democrats and, pundits. So now here's President Trump's reasoning. He says the United States of America has been invaded by hundreds of thousands of people coming from Mexico and entering our country illegally. All right, keyword, illegally. He said this sustained influx of illegal aliens has profound consequences. All right, every action causes a reaction, okay? This is what the left doesn't get. They don't understand it. I almost pulled the rest of my hair out of my bald head. Yeah, the fibers. I was sitting there like, what can I get? After hearing about the sanctuary city, I think it was in New Jersey, that the two MS-13 young men decided to hack up this girl. I think she may be between 13 and 15 years old. She apparently witnessed a crime, and they were afraid she was going to tell. So the way they handled the situation is to kill her. And these young men were supposed to be deported. But no, because the sanctuary cities, they're like, you know what? We don't want to bring any attention to the reality and the impact that illegal immigration has on Americans. So we got to cover up a lot of this stuff by not communicating with ICE, by keeping this on the down low. Make it seem like they're all here just for a better life, and there's no crime. They're better than Americans. They're better than us. They're just peaceful, gentle woodland creatures that just come here quietly. They don't bother anybody. There's no gang activity, no drugs, porn, and none of those things, okay? So now they let these two go, and as a result, this young lady gets killed. Now, that is cause and effect. The real people who killed the young lady were the knuckleheads in that city that said, let them go. Put them right back out on the street. So it's impacting us. It has consequences, as the president says, on every aspect of our national life, overwhelming our schools. I had a friend in Atlanta. She was a teacher, had a whole kindergarten class of illegal immigrants, but she didn't speak Spanish. They didn't give her no crash course. They threw her in there and was just like, all right, go ahead, teach them. She's like, but they don't speak English. Well, that's not our problem. You have to figure out how to teach them. So she had to learn Spanish on the fly. And one of the kids was sitting in there. His name was Jose, but his nickname was Pepe. And so one day she said, Jose, and he looked, he said, Mrs. Son, my name is Pepe. She says, no, Jose, that's your nickname. Your real name is Jose. He said, Mrs. Son, I think I know my own name. My name is Pepe. And then he said, Jose, Pepe. Yeah. So she had to learn Spanish and convince all of these people how to speak English, and as she's learning Spanish. It impacts a whole lot of areas. So President Trump said it impacts schools, overcrowding of hospitals, draining our welfare system, and causing untold amounts of crime. Of course they're untold, because sanctuary cities don't report on a lot of this stuff. They just quietly in the middle of the night open the jail cell and say, go ahead, get on out of here. Yeah. It's kind of like the hookup, where you almost concerned and scared, like, am I being set up? Because I should be arrested and deported, but this guy's down here with the key. I'm just gonna drop the key in your cell and walk away. What happens then? Hey, it's not on me. And you going, wait a minute, are you set? So you mean to tell me, as an illegal immigrant, I'm above American laws? Oh yeah, I'm about to break all types of crimes, because ain't nobody saying nothing, because they're more afraid of it getting out there that illegal immigration causes crime. So they're just like, we ain't gonna say nothing. Just do whatever you want. But you stinking, nasty, dirty Americans, if you break our law, if you have a traffic ticket, you're gonna go, you would send you right up the river. Okay? But not those nice, peaceful, gentle woodland creatures that just come over here. And the only law they break is just simply coming across our border for a better life. For a better life. You hear the sincerity in the voice. When your voice cracks, that means you for a better life. Yeah, see, that's what they want all the idiots who vote them in to think. So then, here's the other part. He says 90% of the drugs coming into the United States come through Mexico or our southern border. 80,000 people died last year. 100,000 people ruined. This has gone on for many years, and nothing has been done about it. We have a $100 billion trade deficit with Mexico, and it's time. So all the people talking about, oh God, if he does this, the whole economy is going to crash, and, we're all going to, I'm like, okay, first of all, you push this back up against the wall, especially when I watched a video of 1,000 people not even concerned about being apprehended, ran across the border in big numbers. That's a major problem. What if a couple terrorists are in that? What's to stop a couple Iranians, a couple ISIS members from making their way to Mexico or Honduras and just jumping into the flock and coming right on across the border? Yeah, and then all of a sudden something happens and all the liberals, well, how did this happen? Where was border security? Why did somebody not catch this person? Well, because y'all calling everybody racist and xenophobes and all of that stuff when we were trying to tighten the border. Yeah, because obviously it's not about them breaking the law. It's about them being Hispanic and we don't like people of color. No, yeah. Forget laws. It all comes down to, do you like people of color? Do you like women? Do you like kids? All of these vulnerable people who for whatever reason, their race, age, sex, it excludes them. It excludes them from any consequences. So anyway, so President Trump said, yeah, Mexico, I got a gut feeling y'all gonna have to make some choices. That's what I love about the president. He says, you know what? It's time for some choices to be made. Either you're going to have to put up or shut up. Either you're going to have to help us out with this, or we're going to have to take it out of the little stash that we give you guys. Yeah, so we can put it towards the problem that you're allowing to take place in our country. But here's the most offensive part. The Mexican president had the nerve to insult us. Now, they have strict immigration laws there. But this man says, The Statue of Liberty. Now, here we go. Here we go. The Democrats and liberals always try to invoke an emotional argument or response, pull on your heartstrings, demonize you by throwing up stuff, oh, well, the great Martin Luther King said, and Gandhi once said, and this and that, not realizing all of them were conservatives and they believe in law and order, all right, and nationalism and all that stuff. Yeah, but they're always going to something that creates this image in your mind of, oh, yeah, the Statue of Liberty is nice, isn't it? Yeah, so they can soften you up before they hit you with something stupid. Yeah, they're tenderizing you to eat you. Yeah, so now he starts off. The Statue of Liberty, what does that create? Image in your mind. You're looking at the lady with the little lantern and you're like, yes, Lady Liberty. What about Lady Liberty? Tell us, person who doesn't even live in our country and you have another country down there, Mexico, that you're supposed to be taking care of. Please tell us about the Statue of Liberty. And he says, it's not an empty symbol. Okay. It's not also a symbol to say, hey, everybody, come and violate the laws of the land, break it. It doesn't matter. Do whatever you want. We want chaos and disorder in America. It says, with all respect. See, now, first of all, you can't insult somebody when you say, with all respect. Does that negate the insult that's coming? Yeah, by all respect, I mean, I'm going, okay, so you're just setting me up right now. You're letting me know I'm about to insult you, but it's respectful. So he says, with all respect, even though you have the sovereign right to say, he said, even though you have a sovereign right to say it, the slogan, America First, is a fallacy because even until the end of time, justice and universal fraternity will prevail above national borders. Now, what in the heck is this man talking about? So basically what he's saying is, even though you have a right to be a sovereign nation, eventually we're going to run over your borders. Eventually, the vision and the will of all of these national globalists and all of these people in foreign countries are going to go ahead and have their way with you. Eventually, because you guys have the nerve to say we are a sovereign nation and we should be in control of our borders, and by the rest of these knuckleheads out here that's claiming that you all are racist and sexist and xenophobes for believing this, that gives us the moral high ground to just run across your borders and break your laws. So I guess the majority of all these liberals across the world, they just overwhelm our laws and say, you know what, since we all believe that these people are being just isolationists and they hate these people of color and this should be a free country, everybody should be able to do whatever they want. Go ahead, run across the laws. This man just insulted us. But yet they got some of the strictest laws on the record. Sorry about the interruption. Looked like my device overheated because I'm hot. But the crazy part is I'm so hot that I'm cool. Now, getting back to what I was saying, these darn, the president of Mexico had the nerve to insult us with that. My thought is this, all right, if you're so open and liberal, why don't you go ahead and loosen up the Mexican immigration laws? Or even better yet, why don't you just let all of them coming stay right there in Mexico, post up maybe at the presidential mansion or wherever you live. Let's see how the Mexicans that live in your country, how they react to thousands, possibly even millions of illegal immigrants just coming up there and posting up. We saw what happened when a few thousand showed up in Tijuana. They had a fit. All of a sudden, they must have became these racist, nationalists, Nazis, because they were saying the same thing that Donald Trump was saying. They were actually praising Trump. Like, yeah, we need to make Tijuana first. That's what we need to do. So, Mr. Mexican president, you need to shut your big mouth. You don't know what you're saying, okay? All right? Yeah, I'm going to have to hit you with the old school Humphrey Bogart. Yeah, you don't know what you're saying, see? Yeah. Have to shake you a little bit, man. That don't make no sense. Now, get it together. Now, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. All these unnecessary situations going on in America that could be taken care of if we only had a party that wasn't corrupt, was sensible, and was willing to do what's best for the American people. But unfortunately, the Democrats just aren't it. So we have no choice but to vote them out in 2020. Now, you've been listening to Kevin and Kevin's Corner. Check me out every Wednesday night live on my radio blog talk show. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, and the notification button. And also, you can check me out live on my YouTube stream Wednesday night, 7:30. Check out Extreme Teas. They are my sponsor. Click on their link, and you will find their products to be wonderful. And if you like something, go ahead, put my name in the promo code, and you'll get a 20% discount. And then finally, if you want to donate to Kevin and Kevin's Corner, there's links in the bottom to do that as well. All right, God bless. See you next time in Kevin's Corner.